Hi, my name is Gary Yamamoto, and this is my dad, Gary. We're about 500 miles south of the border at our favorite big bass lake, Lake Baccarac in Sinaloa, Mexico. We're going to show our two new big grubs, the single tail and the double tail, and how effective they can be for catching big bass. My dad and I have been fishing this lake for a few years now, and we know there's some really big bass to be caught here. I mean big, that's it, big bass. We're talking big bass to be caught here. Someone caught a 19-pounder last year. I caught a 13-pounder on one of our single-tail grubs, and hopefully we'll be able to catch some bigger ones this year.
Derek and I have been testing these lures for the last few years, and we'd like to demonstrate the techniques that we've developed. Lake Baccarac has a Florida strain of bass, and these bass seem to have an abundance of food. They have shad, and they have the bait fish called tilapia, and they seem to be able to grow to 2 pounds within a year's time, which is almost unheard of.
It sounds good to me.
Okay, Derek, let's go.
Let's go get them. We have the most fun using the big grub as a jerk bait or basically a topwater lure. What we do is we hook it up on like a 4/0 offset hook. This one's a special hook made for us exclusively by Gamakatsu. It's called the Gary Yamamoto Sugoi hook, and you seem to get a lot better hook set with this hook. It really gives you a lot of power on the hook set. What we do is we use a little clip swivel right above the hook to keep the double tails from twisting, because they tend to twist over in the water when you work them really fast. What we do is we rig it up Texas style. Just stick it in the bait just a little bit. Bring it up, turn it around. And I scrunch the bait down a little bit, and I pull the hook all the way through the grub, and then it sits flush with the grub. So you've got basically a weedless rigging. You can twitch it, I mean, you work it just like a jerk bait. You can either twitch it with the rod tip down, kind of keeps the bait below the water a little bit, or you can hold your rod tip up and twitch it along, and it tends to keep it just barely below the surface, depending on the kind of cover you're fishing. If you're going to pull it across, you know, small bushes and stuff, with real shallow water, you can twitch it high, and it'll stay right below the water. Hey, it's a fish!
It's a Baccarac powerhouse.
Fell for the white grub. Look at that guy. That's a pretty little fish.
Nice fat Baccarac fish again. Come on, Derek, that's not the first fish you caught.
Getting bigger, one by one, I guess.
As you watch that bait come through, the only indication of a strike sometimes is that it disappears.
Another great thing about our grubs, it's a soft plastic, so they can get their teeth into it. And we put so much salt in the bait that they can taste that when they bite into it. And it gives you a lot more time to get a good hook set, because they can taste it, they hold on to it, and they won't let go of it. They'll just sit there chomping on the thing. So even if you're sleeping on the job, they'll give you a better chance to get a good hook set on them.
Woohoo! Got one.
I'm all about this fishing stuff. This is so rad. That's just not fair. I think that grub's one of their favorite foods.
It's only a 2-pounder. Bring him up, will you?
Okay, you won that one. Yours looks a little bigger.
We have a good hook here.
This is not good. I'm getting beat by my dad. I'm looking for the big fight. I mean, I'm talking big.
4-pound fish to a 4-ounce fish. No, you don't catch big fish all the time.
nice thing about our big grubs is that it's such a versatile bait. You can use it either on top as a twitching grub, topwater bait kinda, or you can stick a bullet sinker on it and drop it down and fish the bottom with it. Swimming along the bottom, we throw it up to the shore, let it come off, hit the bottom, jump off, hit the bottom again, and swim it all the way back out to the boat on the bottom.
The versatility here is the fact that the bait will swim, or the grub will swim very, very well with a slow retrieve. And the tail action is just always in motion. So this gives a vibration that the fish can apparently feel and see. And we've been very, very successful with it. Big fish.
Oh, he swirled all over that thing. This thing is huge. Unbelievable.
That's the one.
Look at that, 12 pounds. Whew, unreal. This is me and my dad fishing on Lake Baccarac. Right now, I'm winning. Can you see that? I'm winning by a lot now. Now these two baits we're fishing here today are a limited production item. Basically, we don't make it in every single color we have. So what we do is you have to be a member of the Inside Line, which is a subscription to the newsletter we put out every few months. It gives descriptions of the new products coming out, the colors that they're available in. It's the only place you can get inside tips from myself, Gary, the other pros that fish with us around the country. And people also send their big fish stories in for drawing for a free week stay at Lake Powell with us in Arizona. And we print up all their big fish stories. It's a real informative newsletter. It tells you how to use the new baits coming out, different techniques on how to use the baits we already have out. And it's just a real informative little newsletter. And it's the only way you can get the baits we're fishing today. Well, there's my 12-pounder.
There's my 10 and a half. I think that's a pretty good day of fishing.
Let's go let him go.